To do testing for Cache Auto FTP, we're going to need to change the date and time. We're going to need to enter a unique FTP task name, a server name, whether we want to get or put the file, whether we want ASCII or binary FTP, the FTP account username and password, the server directory where we want to put the file and the name of the file if we want date information in it, the local directory and the local file name that we want to get the file to, and then if we want to rename it after we put a temporary file to a processing file name, we put that information in for the server, and then we rename our local file to an archive directory. We choose a run date and a run time, and here we're going to repeat this task every week. This is sending a Saturday file every Saturday, and if the server's down for some reason and we don't want to FTP it when it's down, we can put that in, put our email addresses in. If we want to be notified each time it's sent or only on errors, and only if the task doesn't complete within a timeout period of time. We could delete the task if we wanted to, if we made a mistake. We can always look at our task in this list of all scheduled FTP tasks. And we can flip back and forth between the tasks and it will populate the fields so we can go and edit them. Now we can go to watch mode and we can see when the tasks are scheduled to run. And in watch mode, the screen refreshes every 5 seconds. You can sort by clicking on the table headers. You can filter to only look at certain tasks in your list, and you can set how many rows you want to show up if you have a large number, and then you can stop watching to go back up into edit mode. So now if we go and set the date and time close to when it's going to run, we'll see that the task is going to launch. It shows you the process numbers while they're running. I put large files in there so that it doesn't happen too quick. You'll see the task number also running at the top, let you know that it's running. And there you can see when it's last refreshed. And you can see that there's no output shown while a task is running of what happened for a task. Now the task should just about be ready to complete. Now we can go over and see that the files were sent, and the FTP directory where they came from is now empty. And then the ones that were sent were renamed, as you can see here. So now if we want to look at the output, you can go and click on the task, and you can see the output, see how many bytes were sent, and what mode it was sent in, binary mode, and if any of the files were renamed and what they were renamed to. Here you can see the date information, the date stamps that were put into the file names. So there's only one set of information there, and then there's also one for the other one. Here you can see the next scheduled runtime for the daily one, and for the weekly one it's for the next week. So you can always go to the watch mode to see when things are scheduled. So now if we set things forward by 1 day, the time forward by 1 day, it's going to take off again for the daily job. Be sure to set your organizational SMTP name for your email so that your email works if you want to use that email feature. And you can see that the next runtime has been updated. And if you go back, you can see that it could not open the file because it wasn't there, because it already sent it the previous time, and you would have gotten an error email since that was selected for this particular task. If you wanted to change the runtime, you went and added and updated it, you would see you get a completely new entry, because each entry is based on date, time, and the name. So then you'd want to go delete your old one. So now you'll just have the new one for 1400 to send the daily file to Epic.